Stimulus bills, relief packages are expected to be passing today. What is going on, you guys? It's Ron here with your second stimulus check update and stimulus package update. I hope you guys are doing very well today on this Sunday. I've got several updates that I want to provide to you guys today, including the stimulus bill that is expected to pass, which includes stimulus checks today. We're going to cover President Trump's $2,000 stimulus check demands, and I've also got a brand new state that has just approved stimulus for its residents and will put up to $1,650 in stimulus checks into the pockets of its residents. I'm going to share all the details with you guys on all of these updates in this video, so definitely stick around until the end of this video. You don't want to miss any of these updates. But first, I want to say welcome back to all my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys as always. And for those of you who are brand new to the channel, my name is Ron. We cover all things personal finance, investing, how to generate multiple streams of income, and of course, stimulus checks and stimulus package updates. So if you have not already, definitely hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell so that you know as soon as I release new videos and content. But otherwise, let's jump into the content. We're expecting the stimulus deal to pass today, guys. And as of late Saturday night, you had Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senator Pat Toomey. They both reached an agreement on the language to cut back on the Federal Reserve's special lending authorities, essentially setting the stage to passing a virus relief deal on an omnibus spending package as early as today. Right around 9 p.m. last night, Chuck Schumer was advised by Republicans that they would accept language regarding the disagreement over the Federal Reserve's lending facilities, according to the GOP aides. And according to a GOP source, by meeting in the middle, they would actually sweep out the remaining $429 billion in unspent CARES Act funding for the Federal Reserve's credit lending facilities and repurpose it in order to offset the cost of this new $900 billion coronavirus relief bill. Now, this deal is expected to close 4 Federal Reserve credit lending facilities that were created by the CARES Act and will prevent the Fed from standing up any replica facilities in the future without congressional approval. This is a big issue that was holding up negotiations. And those 4 programs are the primary market credit facility, you have the secondary market corporate credit facility, the Main Street lending program, and the municipal credit facility as well. And according to a Democratic aide, compromise language is being finalized. And now that this obstacle has been cleared, a final agreement on an emergency relief package is significantly closer. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin has already said that he would return the $429 billion in unspent CARES Act money to the general fund. However, Senator Pat Toomey did raise some red flags about that remark. Essentially, Pat Toomey was telling reporters earlier this week that I am not certain the secretary has committed to putting this into a general funds category. He went on to say that I'm not sure that I interpret his comments the way you do. And there's also the fact that there are other funds in the Exchange Stabilization Fund account. In any case, by having the language that we have, it precludes the possibility of restarting these programs from any source. Now, Chuck Schumer predicted that both the House and the Senate will both vote on this package today, and this is expected to include both the $1.4 trillion omnibus spending bill as well as the $900 billion coronavirus relief bill as of today. Now, keep in mind, guys, this deal must pass by tonight in order to avoid a government shutting down by midnight tonight, and today's vote would actually allow Congress to adopt another short-term funding extension to be able to prevent a government shutdown. And according to Chuck Schumer, if things continue on this path and nothing gets in the way, we'll be able to vote tomorrow. Now, this is exactly what Chuck Schumer said as of yesterday. And of course, a lot of you guys are wondering, where the heck has President Trump been during all of this negotiation? He has been quiet. We get it. Well, as of this morning, very, very early this morning, President Trump sent out a tweet saying, "Why isn't Congress giving our people a stimulus bill? It wasn't their fault. It was the fault of China. Get it done and give them more money in direct payments." I'm going to go ahead and like this tweet because I agree with President Trump. Let's get the people more stimulus payments. Now, this virus aid package is expected to include direct stimulus payments somewhere between $600 and $700 under a commitment that GOP leaders made with Senator Josh Hawley on Friday. Now, you've also got Senator Bernie Sanders, who also worked with Hawley in order to add additional stimulus checks to this stimulus package bill. Now, one of the concerns about the negotiations comes from White House aides just last week who said that they talked with President Trump about him asking for as much as $2,000 in direct payments for American citizens, fearing that it would actually disrupt the negotiations that are taking place on Capitol Hill. Now, according to the Washington Post, President Trump reported that he wanted payments of at least $1,200 and possibly as high as $2,000. So, I got to ask you guys, what do you guys think about this proposal? What do you guys think about President Trump? Do you think that President Trump should have demanded that the $2,000 stimulus checks be added for the American people, despite, the fact that, it could have collapsed negotiations altogether? I mean, we are right now as close to actually getting a bill passed, that we've ever been in the last several months. I mean, in fact, do you think that President Trump should have demanded the $2,000 stimulus checks for the American people and risk collapsing the negotiations, as far as where we are right now? Or do you think that we're better off taking the $600 to $700 in stimulus checks and essentially having a higher chance of getting that passed? I would love to know from you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. The current relief legislation is also expected to include extensions for expiring tax provisions. The clock is counting down. We're literally expecting a virus relief deal very, very soon, you guys. And Senator Majority Whip Leader John Thune said that negotiators worked through the night and that a final vote on a COVID-19 virus relief package is possible on Sunday, but more than likely the following day. So now they're kind of saying, hey, it might be today, but more than likely tomorrow. So I don't know what to say. I don't know what to call it just yet. We still do have several more hours to the night, and they do have until midnight to make something happen to prevent the government shutdown. Now, according to Thune, he's saying that I'm hoping that they can make and announce a deal today. It can be written up and voted on. Best case scenario would be sometime tomorrow, but more than likely Monday. So basically, he said this yesterday about today. So essentially, he's saying, hopefully today, if not Monday. He went on to say that he expects Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin to give GOP senators a status report at 1 p.m. and hopefully announcement that the deal is imminent and that the negotiators will be announcing it later. Now, 1 p.m. has already passed and we have not received word just yet, but Thune says, I know that they're still working through a couple of issues, but he said that he had reason to believe that a deal would be announced very soon. Now, Nancy Pelosi told colleagues that the good news is that we're right within reach of resolving that disagreement. Nancy Pelosi also mentioned that there was a fight between negotiators over additional funding for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program for food stamps. She said one of the fights that we were having overnight was about food. Nancy Pelosi said that she told the Republicans, do yourself a favor from a public relations standpoint. People are in line for food. And why are you cutting that to stay within some number? Well, I'm definitely going to remain optimistic like I always do about the upcoming stimulus package. I'm expecting to hear something in the next few hours, so I'll definitely keep you guys posted. But one thing that I wanted to jump into is, like we talked about in previous videos, we've had a number of states and local governments providing additional stimulus. And in previous videos, I've shared with you guys a number of different states that have decided to use the CARES Act money that they had left over and provide that to their residents in the form of stimulus checks, rental assistance, utility bills assistance, and, food assistance. So a number of different creative ways, even stimulus checks, a number of different ways. Different states, cities, and counties have decided to use the money that was left over from the CARES Act. And just to give you guys a quick recap in case you hadn't seen the previous videos on the states that were actually doing these sorts of things, the states and local programs that I've shared with you guys in the past include Jersey City, California, New York City, Orlando, New Mexico, Rhode Island, Maine, Maryland, Washington, D.C., Nevada, Orange County, Connecticut, Delaware, Houston, Daytona Beach, Minnesota, and Colorado. So of course, if you're from any of those places, if you have any family members or friends, definitely share this YouTube video, with them on Facebook or, wherever, so that you can share that helpful information with those who really need it. Now, the latest state to actually provide additional stimulus, in fact, stimulus was approved. The stimulus bill was approved. You've got Michigan, whose Senate approved stimulus bill. It says here that the Michigan Senate passed a $465 million stimulus bill on Friday night. And it says that this bill will include $65 million in grants for small businesses, but it will also include $45 million for workers impacted by the pandemic. That will include grants of up to $1,650 per worker. Dude, guys, this is huge. This is bigger than the stimulus check that was offered by the federal government. They went on to say that there is also funding to extend 26 weeks of unemployment into 2021. I just love seeing how much more efficient states on a smaller level compared to the federal government act. I mean, think about it. I mean, just look at it here. According to the state budget office, the funding is coming from tax revenue being higher than expected. It's been said that the state house is expected to meet on Monday. It passed the Senate with a vote of 35-2. If we look at how quickly states are typically able to pass bills, it is just remarkable how fast they're able to pass bills in comparison to the federal government. But anyway, guys, that is all for the stimulus check update and stimulus package update. I'm definitely going to keep my ears open and my eyes peeled looking for additional updates on today's stimulus bill, which includes stimulus checks to the American people that is expected to pass today. I hope that you share this video so that anyone who's in Michigan or any of the previous states that I shared with you guys that have these different, state, city, and local level stimulus programs going on, that they actually receive the information that they need, because a lot of people are hurting out there. But anyway, guys, that is all for the stimulus check update and stimulus package update, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. If you have not already, definitely subscribe to the channel, tap the notification bell, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.